your front row is going to be the One USA and the 45C, sorry, of Ben Morgan there, starting on the outside of the front row. Fun fact about Canon McIntosh, only tried wine for the first time here in New Zealand. On the outside of your front row, the 45 of Ben Morgan.
Did you say you only tried wine for the first time?
Yeah, and it also, the fun fact about Ben Morgan says he only finishes half of his food and his drink. So that's, I mean, one of the more bizarre fun facts that I've read, that one there. Starting out at grid number 3 is going to be the 54C, and that's Michael Pickens. As we mentioned earlier on tonight, Michael's current and most historic crew chief, Justin Inslee, has food poisoning here tonight, so he hasn't been able to make it to the venue. So it's been him and brother Sean Inslee racing tonight. There's a lot of success out of the Inslee camp. Speaking of Inslees, on the outside of the second row, the 71A, that's going to be Alec Inslee. And it sounds like Alec reckons he is good at splitting the G when he drinks a Guinness. So, I mean, we're going to have to get that proof from the 71 of Alec Inslee there. 27M of Hayden Williams starting out at grid number 5. And Hayden's fun fact is that he actually can't whistle. Well, it's a good thing he can drive race cars then. Out of grid number 6, the 97A. And that's going to be Ben Morrison. Ben Morrison's fun fact says he does not like beer. I don't think he's alone in that conversation there. Hey, there's a few of these that are about alcohol as well. What's going on about our New Zealand culture? Grid number 7 is going to be Trent Way there in the 9A, and grid number 8 will be the 10 of Brad Mosen. Brad Mosen went for a run yesterday with no shoes and has blisters all over his feet, so impressive that Brad's been doing as good as he has. I'm not sure why he has no shoes on when he's going for a run. Out of grid number 9 will be the 22K. And the 22K of Terence Durrell, his fun fact is that he is forklift certified. That is gold. Out of grid number 10 will be the 39 of Regan Tyler. Remember, this is only Regan's 5th night ever in a midget, and he's starting inside the top 10 of the 50 lapper here at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway. Grid number 11 will be the 57M of Ben Vaughan. And Ben was the past 2 and 3 NZ in the mini sprint class. A long-time competitor in the mini sprint class with a wing on the top. Out of grid number 12 will be the 73. That's going to be Carlos Stone. Carlos Stone is training to be a pilot at the moment. So fascinating there from Carlos Stone. I flew a plane for the first time just probably about a year ago, actually, and loved it as well. So
on Xbox?
No, not on on my computer as well, but in real life. One of my best mates is a pilot. So yeah, 747. Yeah, that's the one. Out of grid number 13 is going to be the 63. That's Jaden Worthington. And he says he's related to Reese Miller.
Who's that?
I don't know. I feel like I should know. Out of grid number 14 will be the 17 of Ryan Baker. Ryan Baker's girlfriend, Tony, is multiple
world
times
champion.
New Zealand and world champion in BMX. So an unbelievable BMX rider, and gives a lot back to the BMX community as well. Spends a lot of time with the kids. You did know that one. You love your BMX. Out of grid number 15 will be the 78K, and that is going to be CJ Wilson on screen there as well. CJ Wilson, I mean, there's no fun fact on this paper, but a fun fact for the crowd. CJ Wilson driving a rotary-powered midget there, so the only rotary-powered midget in the country at the moment.
I know a fun fact about CJ Wilson.
Go for it.
Actually, when he went to register this year, he got all a little bit confused, and there was a countdown, and it was counting down. He just pushed the button, and whatever track code came up. And that's how he ended up with a K on his car.
There you go. Track code lottery. How about that?
Yeah, Russian roulette.
All right, we head our way round 4. I mean, this race is historic in its own right over the past, and they've done so many editions of it. Michael Pickens has 8 of them himself. And now we're looking at a new level of history. We're writing our own history here at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway, and we're going to get to see the first 50-lap winner here at the new venue. Is it going to be Canon McIntosh going back-to-back here after winning last night in that 40-lapper? Is it going to be our Cantabrian on the outside of the front row, Ben Morgan? Or is it going to be Michael Pickens looking for his 9th Auckland 50-lapper as well? Hayden Williams has a 50-lapper to his name. Brad Mosen has one to his name. Got a few others there tucked in as well with a bunch of success here in the midget class. We've got ex-champions, we've got current champions. Let's see what happens over 50 laps.
And it's a race that's normally dominated really too by the Americans. no matter what track it is or where they're racing. So be good to see where the flag flies high on one person's shoulder, and there he is on screen at the moment from Bixby, Oklahoma, your current USAC champion, and the Langslow Engineering #1 USA, none other in the gold seat. The King Midas himself, that is Canon McIntosh, and he'll be ready to fire off after the 40-lap feature win he picked up here just last night. Of course, the prestigious 50 for the very first time comes here to Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway. New history, new books being written, Hayden, and we are here to witness it. How will it play out? That's what we need to know. Your Top Guns are all ready to drive.
Yeah, Canon McIntosh coming off. I mean, when you have a 100-lap Hangtown feature win in your books, it ticked on there. Also racing within the Turkey Night Grand Prix, 98 laps, and racing in those Hangtown events with 100 laps. There used to be the Hut 100. It doesn't really exist so much anymore. But having so much success in those long races, I mean, he must be full of confidence. Well, some of these Kiwis might be full of nerves right now.
Well, that's probably another big difference too, is we'll see that these guys out here, they know these are the big races. These are the long races. They happen once a year around the same time. For Canon, these are normal races. He does multiple of them throughout his country and throughout the USAC season as well. So like you said, the Hangtown 150 is only half of that. So what's going to happen is Cannon's going to be very comfortable where he's sitting and with a front row grid as well. Probably not the place anybody in the other 19 positions wanted him to start.
That's absolutely right. And I mean, selfishly, I was hoping it was going to start further back as well so we could see some passing going on from Canon McIntosh, as last night he checked in and checked out. Had a 5-second lead at one point during last night's 40 lap.
Still managed to pass though. He managed to lap all the way up to 6th place.
His way through with no issues whatsoever as well. Keep an eye on Trent way back there in the 9 as well. Showed good car speed in that B dash. Struggled to move forward in the A dash, but we're going to be getting ready in just a moment. These race car drivers out here are going to be saluting to you, the fans, as we close that gate into turn number 3, and we're going to be getting ready to get this one underway. Your front row, once again, Canon McIntosh, Ben Morgan, Michael Pickens, Alec Inslee, Hayden Williams, Ben Morrison, Trent Way, Brad Mosen, and as we get ready for 50 laps around this new venue, getting ready to rewrite their own history. Is it going to be our lone competitor from the United States, Canon McIntosh, current USAC national champion? Will it be Ben Morgan? Is it going to be Michael Pickens on the inside of the second row? Young Alec Inslee on the outside of the second row. We're getting ready to go green. Lights are out. 50 laps the distance. Canon McIntosh, Ben Morgan. McIntosh will lead them down into turn number 1.
Oh, what a start from Michael Pickens, straight down that inside line. He gets in through. Morgan mucks it up though, coming onto the straight. Ben Morgan slides back into second. Cannon. Oh, Alec Inslee goes around. Will it collect? No, absolutely no one. Amazing stuff. That's going to play off Alec too, because I don't think there's any damage. He'll be able to get a restart. But how good, how close was that Hayden?
Yeah, Alec Inslee should be going down and buying a lotto ticket immediately. I mean, all the things we've seen so far tonight is any car that spins around gets hit. As we see Inslee on the outside of that second row there. Pickens with a little mistake out of 2 allows Morgan back to the inside. Inslee shoots to the top side and just gets a little bounce on as well. Just loads the right rear and gets a little bounce on and starts to go around. We see Regan Tyler miss him. Carlos Stone misses him as well, locks it up. Jaden Worthington pulls around the outside. And unbelievably, Alec Inslee with no damage whatsoever to the Yale number 71. Only damage is he's going to be going from running 4th to 15th.
Training video for the TQs maybe?
Yeah, chaotic TQ feature earlier on tonight as well. Alec Inslee will be hurting after seeing that one there as well, as he's watched all of his good qualifying lap, his promising A-dash, all of that go down the toilet here. And he's going to be starting from grid number 15 here with 50 laps still on the board, so still a long time to go. But when you're front row, we're front 2 rows, it's Canon McIntosh, Ben Morgan, Michael Pickens, and Hayden Williams. It's going to be a tough operation to work your way forward. Well, it looks like the lights are out here once again at the venue. We're going to try this one again. Full fuel loads, Canon McIntosh, Ben Morgan, 50 laps the distance. at the CRC. 5.56 start can out of turn number 4. McIntosh delays the start, but Ben Morgan a much better start that time by almost side by side down there into turn number 1. We're 3 wide out of turn number 2 for the race lead.
Oh, Morgan though came back, he fought back for it. Oh, Kenna McIntosh just slides that car, drifts those corners on a different angle to everybody else. He's already got that first lap down. Morgan in second. Pickens lost the position though. He'll get it back though straight on the exit of turn 2.
Yeah, Hayden Williams looked to the inside of Pickens for a long time down there in turn number 1 and 2, but the momentum of the CRC 54 drove back around the outside, does it once again, just starting to build up a little bit as we got a slide job to the second position. Pickens, slider on Ben Morgan. Morgan looking for a crossover move out of turn number 2. Michael Pickens starts his hunt on the 1 USA of Kenna McIntosh.
Oh, Williams with a slider over the top of Ben Morrison. Morrison though, fires back with an answer, gets him back again on the inside of turn number 1. He's going to have to sit pretty though. Here comes Williams back on the run out of exit of 2.
Lead last time by for Kenna McIntosh, 1.4. We'll keep you monitored on that one there. There's no lap cars at all, no cars. The difference between Michael Pickens and Kenna McIntosh is last time by 1.7 seconds the difference. So that's 0.3 of a second last time by. Cannon had some lap speed over Michael Pickens.
Yeah, great battle on screen. As you can see, Morrison just sliding up in front of Trent Way. He's on the charge at the moment, currently sitting in 6th place. Down on the inside is Williams on Morgan. Morgan's going to have to check up though. Williams with the slider makes it stick coming out of turn number 2.
Yeah, that was a bomb from Hayden Williams coming from way downtown down there on the start-finish line. He started that one about halfway down this front straightaway. Look to the inside, double slide job from Ben Morrison. Takes Hayden Williams and Ben Morgan down here into turn number 1, and Morrison's going to drive away down the back straightaway here as well and continue that charge looking for Michael Pickens.
Oh, that's what we missed last night in the 40. The king of sliders is back, ladies and gentlemen, in the promo lap. Number 97, Ben Morrison, now on screen, having a battle of his life. Trent Way down on the inside. Watch them as they come through 3 and 4. Morgan's got one. Mosen down on the inside. Mosen gets one right up against the side of Hayden Williams.
Yeah, for a moment there, I thought Mosen was going to be taking Hayden Williams down into turn number 3 as well, but couldn't get that one done. Morgan fights back to the inside. We've got a close 4-way battle there for about 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th.
Brad Mosen has turned the tap on as we start lapping cars with Cannon in the J.A. Russell Limited. Langley Engineering, number 1, USA. Out the front, here's your quick time as well with a 14.808. We have 9 laps completed, 41 still remain. Cannon, your leader, way back, 3 seconds away. There's the CRC number 54 of Michael Pickens.
Yeah, the trouble for Pickens is the lap traffic is not that dead, so maybe it's not going to slow Cannon up. He's going to need a huge mistake out of the 1 USA to be able to pull this lead back as well, as that lead continues to grow down here. Next bounce time by 3.4 seconds. So, I mean, he's 3 seconds a lap slower than Kenna McIntosh out in front there as Pickens just puts CJ Wilson down a lap.
Oh, Pickens just got through nice and cleanly on that rotary. It's all spark, no fire as they go through into turn number 1. Morrison on the charge though, he's closing that gap. Pickens is nearly 4 seconds away from Kenna McIntosh, throwing back another 1.7 to the king of sliders. Ben Morrison on the charge, currently in 3rd here at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway.
Yeah, I think that's going to be probably the best battle on track if Ben Morrison can reel him in. And last time by that match lap time, so Ben Morrison about as quick as Michael Pickens, but none of them as close as Kenna McIntosh. And McIntosh shoots to the bottom down there into turn number 1, passes both Ben Ford and who's that on the top side? It looks like Hayden Williams, or is it? No, it's Ryan Baker on out of turn number 2, and it looks like we're going to be going yellow down the back straight away.
And just before we do that, I can tell you Michael Pickens has half that time. It goes yellow. Hayden, he half that time, nearly 4 seconds, now down to 2.6, getting close. And how good is Morrison and Brad Mosen in the 3rd and 4th position?
Yes, suddenly things have sorted themselves out a little bit here. Michael Pickens is going to have to change things up massively to make some kind of indent on the race lead of Kenna McIntosh. Finally, he's tucked in behind him on the rear bumper. We're only 14 laps down, so still a long, long way to go with 36 laps left on our program here tonight. Michael Pickens, I mean, he's going to have to slide him or do something to break the momentum of the 1 USA down there into turn number 1.
Absolutely, somebody needs to get in front of him, and that's going to be the only way to really slow him down. Will it be the king of sliders? I mean, Ben Morrison throwing that haymaker in front to take 2 cars in 1 slide job. Massive moves. And of course, Brad Mosen, looks like that speed has been found, Hayden, as he's worked his way through the field, now sitting in 4th. Currently, his fastest lap was lap number 10 with 15.431. He was only 3 seconds behind Pickens at that stage.
Yeah, Mosen really starting to put things together in those final few laps as well. Morrison got himself clear as well and seemed to have that straight line speed that he was lacking both in the B-dash and probably his qualifying effort as well. So Morrison looking to put something really promising together. I think it was the A-dash actually, my apologies there. It's Canon McIntosh, Michael Pickens. This is the front row that we wanted. I mean, the second row that we were looking for as well. Ben Morrison, Brad Mosen. Let's have a look and just see what Canon McIntosh does on this restart here as well. How long does he delay it out of turn number 4? Does he wait to grab the moisture down here out of turn number 4 right against the pole line and try and shoot down to the top side down in turn number 1? Does he protect? It's all over to you, Canon McIntosh. Current USAC national midget champion versus our 10-time national champion here in New Zealand. So it is the best of the best on that front row. And it looks like the lights are out and we're going to be going green. Canon McIntosh in control of this restart. Anytime from now, he goes early. Pickens tucks him behind, looks to go slightly lower out of turn number 4. Pickens with a very good run down the front straightaway here. Canon blocks the slider. Pickens looks to his inside, looks to grab a bit of moisture out of turn number 2. Doesn't quite have it. All over the left rear of Canon McIntosh, but unable to get that move done.
Hey, Mosen's gone into third place. So Brad Mosen now in third, but watch Pickens look stronger here, Hayden, as he's got that restart. Looking like he's in much better position, much more better car speed too, as he slides into second, just loses it coming off the exit. But Brad Mosen in front of Morrison now as they come around this corner. It's going to look good. Yeah, Pickens on the charge.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like Pickens has the stability that Canon has down the back straightaway off at turn number 2, but a much better one for the 54C down the back straightaway that time there. So Pickens maybe starting to turn it on a little bit as it actually looks like he's closing the gap on the 1 USA.
What a slider from the king of sliders. Morrison gets Mosen into 3 and 4. Mosen gets it back with another slider. Watch the run. Morrison down on the inside. They'll go wheel to wheel into turn number 3. It's good racing. Another slider from Brad Mosen. It's all on action here and for 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, that battle continues down there into turn number 1. Another slider out of Ben Morrison. Mosen, another crossover move as well. Trent Way trying to get himself a little bit closer so he can get in on this battle. Slider again by Brad Mosen. Takes it, parks it on the nose of the Promo Lab 97 as Morrison is going to throw another haymaker into turn number 1.
What a show as Mosen comes around the outside. He picks up that speed. Morrison's got it though. Set himself in stone. Currently in 3rd into turn number 3. The gap starting to widen from the leaders too. As you see, the difference is now 0.9, just under a second. Mosen, can he get it back on Morrison? Watch for 3rd, 4th. Here comes Trentway.
Trentway closed the distance last time by massively on the 10 of Brad Mosen as your front 2 still starting to check out. Still a long time to go before lap traffic as we're only 21 laps into this one, so a long time left on this one. Let's see how Pickens handles this as Morrison finally with clear track in front of him.
14.808 was the fastest lap from Canon McIntosh. That was way back on lap number 3. We're currently on lap 21, and now as the clock winds down, Pickens still trying to find some speed there. Morrison settled into 3rd, and now Mosen's got a battle on his hands. It's joining the conversation. It's Trent Way with a slider. No, he'll check up. Mosen's just got the wheels in front.
Yeah, last time by, Pickens actually took a little bit out of the lead of Canon McIntosh as we're down to about half a straightaway that lead. As McIntosh once again looks almost perfect down here through turn number 3 and 4. And we're going to get a little bit closer and closing in on our first bit of lap traffic. That's going to be CJ Wilson in the 78.
Well, it doesn't actually show as you look on screen though. It does tell us that Pickens is slowly coming off. Oh, Pickens has cooked it. He's gone round. Michael Pickens keeps it going. He keeps going. The yellows come on though. The yellows come on. He'll slide in. I believe he was in front of Trent Way, Hayden. You would have seen a better view from your side. Wow.
Yeah, I don't actually know. I think that I don't think we have a blend rule here in New Zealand, so it looks like Pickens will be going to the tail here, as it was him who brought out the yellow flag there. I don't think you have to stop ultimately to go to the rear, as the yellow did come on for him. As we see him grabs that bump on turn entry, starts the bounce, and it's almost identical to what happened to Alec Inslee on the opening lap down there in turn number 1 and 2. Oh, 3 and 4, sorry.
Oh, that's a bit of a harsh rule there, Hayden, if that's how it rolls.
Yeah, unfortunately it is. So, I mean, we see this a lot in America. Some series have a blend rule where if the yellow flag comes out and you're, say, between 5th and 6th, they'll give you that position there. Even if you're still going, they'll give you that position. How in New Zealand, We go with more of the USAC style rules, where if you're the reason the yellow came out and you brought it out for being unsafe, which in that case, ultimately doing a donut in turn number 3 and 4, you will go to the tail. So I believe Michael Pickens given the prime cause there.
Yeah, definitely, and it makes sense now as we are halfway home with lap 24 was where we were settling on that one. But to keep the car going, though, the skill. And look who's on the front row next to Cannon now, none other than the king of sliders, Ben Morrison. He's parked up. Can he make a difference? Can he get himself in front of Cannon? That's what someone needs to do, Hayden, to be able to slow him down.
Yeah, well, Ben Morrison is actually the next fastest car. In terms of fastest lap times, he is the next fastest. Cannon, obviously, with a lightning third lap with a 14.8 that time by. And then Morrison with a 15.0, and that's the next best lap. So let's keep an eye on the promo lab number 97, as this is the best opportunity he's had. The race still in control of Cannon McIntosh, 26 laps to go. Last time he went early, does the same thing again this time. Morrison looking for a crossover to grab the moisture out of turn number 4. The race is on down into turn number 1.
Oh, Morrison dives down early, can't get his nose in front though. Mosen had to check up a little bit. Here comes Trent Way. There's your 4 though on fire into turns 3 and 4. Cannon still your leader. Lock in lap 25 to the USAC champ.
Morrison just tucked in, slightly further back. Mosen continuing to persist with the bottom side of the speedway down there as the race is extremely close. Trent way into the podium position there, looking for a slight job for second place on Ben Morrison. This is going to hurt the lead for Ben Morrison, who is trying to close in on Cannon McIntosh, but he's not going to be able to get that done. Can Trent Way close the distance on Cannon McIntosh?
Absolutely unbelievable sights we are seeing here at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway. Both Way Motorsport cars now 1 and 2. We go yellow, and it is for none other than Alec Inslee in the same spot, Hayden, just a little bit higher.
Yeah, Inslee comes to a stop down there in turn number 3. We did miss that one as we were watching the battle down here out of turn number 4. And you know what? I think Trent Way looked really good those last couple of laps as well. He had a lot of balance and in equal machinery to the car that is in front of him there as well. The One USA Langslow Engineering car of Cannon McIntosh. As we have a replay on screen, have a look for that yellow car. He'd done a ton of work, Alec Inslee, after going to the back on that first lap time there. And once again goes around on his own down there in turn number 3 and 4. Yeah, just it wasn't as much of an aggressive bounce as we saw on that first lap time, but I mean a similar style there, just loops it round. So I mean typically you would go to the infield here as well for being the second stoppage, but I believe if it's more than 40 laps, I think then you get to keep, you get 2 restarts. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's 40 or if it's more than 30.
He's got high standards too, Alec Inslee, so he'll be really disappointed in himself having pulled that off twice now.
Yeah.
26 laps, so disappointing for him, but looks like he'll get a restart, and once again he'll have to claw his way back up from the back of the field, which luckily for this, there's only 15 cars at this stage, make that 13 with 2 already on the infield.
Yeah, 23 laps to go, 24 laps to go, sorry, for Alec Inslee to kind of minimise the damage here, as I'm getting a bit of confirmation here as well. 30 laps or more, you do get 2 restarts as well, so I mean, Inslee very lucky for that rule as well. He'll be disappointed with that mistake down there into turn number 3. Interesting to see both him and Michael Pickens making very similar errors down here into turn number 3. By your front row, Cannon McIntosh, Trent Way. What's Trent Way got for McIntosh there in the front? They're rubbing wheels a little bit down the back straightaway as well. So, I mean, Trent Way showing he's ready to go. McIntosh goes straight away as soon as they hit that CRC 556 starting can. That took Trent Way by surprise, and Morrison's going to get to the inside into turn 1.
Morrison down on the inside of Way. Can he make it stick? He pushes him up higher on the track. He's got it. Morrison back into second now. Splits that Way Motorsports team. Here comes the Rocket Man, Brad Mosen. Wheel to wheel with Way coming out of 4.
McIntosh pulled away again down the front straightaway there. 0.6 of a second lead on the first lap. Way back through the middle out of turn number 4. How's he getting through the middle that good out of turn number 2?
Absolutely unreal from Trent Way. He threads that needle perfectly in 2. He's back in the second out and closes the gap dramatically from 1.4 to 0.6. Trent Way is on the charge here. Way Motorsport 1 and 2.
Yeah, Trent Way looking the strongest of anyone to get close to Cannon McIntosh. He's all over the left rear of McIntosh in turn number 3 and 4. That gap all the way down to 0.4 of a second. We've got a race for the lead out of turn 2.
Will the prestigious 50 as Morrison comes up to the inside of Mosen. They go wheel to wheel into 3 with another slide job from Ben Morrison. He makes it stick, he goes into third. Are we going to see something special, Hayden, something prestigious as the 50 here at Lucas Oil?
Yeah, the momentum of Canon McIntosh keeping him ahead at this stage, but Trent Way looking so strong with more of a slider line up into the moisture, grabbing the middle of the racetrack there and shooting down the straightaway half a second last time by. Those two exchanging quickest lap times as last time by. Trent Way closing the distance again, and once again all over the left rear of Canon McIntosh.
Lucas joined the conversation though down on the inside. He'll slide himself up into 5th place. It is none other than the GOAT, Michael Pickens, from the back of the field. In 5 laps has made his way into 4th. Note that, yes, into 5th, right behind Brad Mosen. Slide job on Pickens. Doesn't make it stick. Regan Tyler.
Yeah, Regan Tyler trying to make something happen. Pickens hangs out in the weeds out there out of turn number 4, and that's going to allow Regan Tyler to have another go, but he clears him that time by I-set on Brad Mosen for 4th.
Way is getting faster, 0.7 now the difference between them as Morrison now starts to join the party. Brad Mosen and Michael Pickens, that's the battle for 4th place further back, but this man Canterbury, there we go, right up on the inside of Mosen, here comes Pickens. Mosen closes the door, the total access greenway number 10 is still in the game.
Yeah, Alec Hensley heads to the infield there out of turn number 4 as well. He's going to retire the Yale 71, and it looks like those sliders there from Trent Way as well just awoke the beast of Canon McIntosh as he's checked out to a 1.9 second lead.
Yeah, it's not getting away. He's actually not running away from Trent Way. Mosen has got a battle on his hands with Pickens right underneath him here. Coming out of 2, he'll get the run though on the outside. Ben Morrison, he's sitting pretty at the moment. 1.19 the difference between Morrison and Trent Way.
Mosen and Pickens so close down there out of turn number 4. Pickens again to the inside looking for an exit slider out of turn number 2, and he's going to be able to get that one done. Mosen looking for a crossover move out of 2. Can't quite get there. Side by side into turn number 3. Give that one to Michael Pickens.
Yeah, unfortunately Mosen had to check up and hit that brake. That slowed him down a bit. Here he comes again though down on the inside of Pickens. And this is only the battle for 5th place at this stage. Further up the pack though, there he is, your leader, the USAC champion from Bixby, Oklahoma. None other than Canon McIntosh.
McIntosh wasting no time sliding CJ Wilson there into 1. Wilson looks to cross him over out of turn number 2. Thinks better of it and changes his mind. McIntosh jumps the cushion out of turn number 4, and that's going to allow Trent Way to close the distance just a little bit. It's inside a second.
Yeah, he'll eliminate that lap car quite quickly. Trent Way does. That gap now 0.8. Oh, what is CJ up to? A lap car coming. Oh, he's put the line into the wall. Unbelievable. What is he up to? He's a lap car. Get out of the way.
Trent Way comes to a stop as well down here. Out of turn number 4, just idles his way around. It looks like damage on the Langslow number 9, but it seems to be okay as he rejoins in about the 6th position, tucked in behind Regan Tyler.
What are we seeing here is now the gap between 1st and 2nd is 3.17 seconds. Morrison, the next hope, but Michael Pickens from the back all the way to 3rd place.
Yes, the opportunity was there for Trent Way, and unfortunately, with that error down there on the right rear of CJ Wilson, that gap has rolled it back to Ben Morrison. That's a 3.3 second lead for Canon McIntosh, so relatively unfazed out in front here as he passes by the commentary box into turn number 1, just 6 laps to go. 6
laps remain here in the first of the prestigious 50s at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway. Currently leading the boy from Bixby, Oklahoma, is your USAC champion. He'll take another lap down. That'll bring us on lap 45 here in Auckland.
A couple of lap cars up in front of him here as well. It looks like Hayden Williams and Ben Bourne racing pretty hard out of turn number 2. So Cannon's going to have to make that right decision. Looks like an open lane to the top side of the speedway there. Deals with Ben Bourne relatively easily. Hayden Williams, ex-New Zealand champion, the next one in line.
Yeah, muscle mass will be on after this. Nearly 90 laps in 2 days that this guy has led. He's lapped nearly every car last night and doing the same this evening. The boy from Bixby takes another lap here. We're on lap 46.
Yeah, McIntosh blew the doors off Hayden Williams down there out of turn number 2. So just so much car speed as we hear a car go past us well off song down there into turn number 1 as well. As this time by Canon McIntosh, just 2 laps to go as he's struggling just for a moment to deal with Terence Durrell. Shoots to the outside of the speedway and he's going to sweep the top side.
We're going to go yellow.
It is going to be Regan Tyler bringing out the yellow flag, and look who's tucked into 3rd. Michael Pickens from the back of the pack has fought forward all the way to third position, and this is going to be another opportunity for them to have another go at the One USA.
Yeah, absolutely, Hayden. And of course, you've got 2 laps, actually it'll be probably 3 laps that they'll get. That is long enough for anyone to make that difference. The only person that didn't want that yellow to come on would have been Cannon. He's led almost all 90 laps too. An impressive drive from the current USAC champion, but Ben Morrison holding on to second. Can he hold off though? Michael Pickens, as you said, from the back to third place. Outstanding drive. And the CRC number 54C.
Yeah, Tyler was that car that went past us there just on that last time by as well. Sounding just a little bit off song as we saw it come to a rest, just blowing some smoke from underneath the race car there. And we're going to get a quick sight of it as you look. There goes Pickens. That's smoking. And then there's a puff just slightly further back, and that thing comes to a rest after sounding not too promising and then coming to a rest down there out of turn number 2. I'm not thinking great things for the BB7.
How unfortunate for Trent Way though, really, when you look at the bigger picture. He was running so good. He's still out there though, can still make the move.
Yeah, Trent Way is going to slot into the 5th position. We will be single file, however, Ben Morrison is going to have to slot in to be single file. It looks like Pickens shoots to the outside to let him know.
But this is where Ben Morrison, actually, I've noticed on the yellow, is the only driver that really starts looking at every part of this track too and what he can use, and that's maybe what he's doing at this stage.
It actually may not hurt him as well being single file here, as when you are the second, when you're the car that's outside the race leader or inside, the leader going at a certain time sometimes can screw you up a little bit as well when you try to meet him as he goes. So maybe tucked in behind, you might be able to follow him into 1 and kind of pick his lane, choose the alternate lane and see what he can do out of turn number 2 down into 3.
That's a strong sandwich that he's stuck in the middle of too, with McIntosh and Pickens right behind him. But it's on the prestigious 50 here at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway.
Yep, looks like lights are out. We're going to be going green, just a 3-lap dash as well. Cannon McIntosh in control pretty much from start to finish so far here. 3 laps to go. Can he survive it? Does he mix up his starting ritual here? He's gone early the last 3 times. He delays it a long time. Morrison with a good restart here. Pickens tucked in behind as well. Morrison doesn't need the attention from Pickens. Morrison follows him up, but Pickens looks to the inside, side by side, drag race down into 3, give it to Morrison.
Yeah, the only one using the high line at the moment was Moser. He's going to have to get that one sorted. A little bit of a mistake into 4. Pickens right across the nose, Morrison right back at him, and he'll cross over again. Look at that, down into 2nd, the true challenger for 2nd at the moment.
Yeah, pair of Kings racing for 2nd place there, but the bullet out in front. Cannon McIntosh and the Langslow Engineering. One USA, 1 lap to go from going a perfect 40 and 50 lap win here at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway. Down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. He's had no trouble all of tonight. Started off the front row, racing Ben Morgan. He's going to get this one done. Cannon McIntosh across the start-finish line. Goes a perfect 90 laps from 90 laps in the race lead here as well. Just a couple of challenges from Trent Way at the midway point of that one. But it's all Cannon McIntosh, your One USA. He's come down after a mistake on that first night at Bay Park Speedway. He was filthy with himself as well. Really wanted to make it up to his team and himself, and had a really positive run there as well. So Cannon McIntosh goes back to back at Lucas Oil Auckland Speedway. Michael Pickens able to take away the 2nd position after going back to the tail about halfway through that one. Ben Morrison there in 3rd. Brad Mosen in 4th. And Trent Way, after his about midway point challenge for the race lead, will round out your top 5.
Some notable mentions there too, Hayden, as well, before you cross down. What about Ben Morgan, still in the top 6 at the end of that? What a drive. And unbelievably, I think, what about Brad Mosen? It definitely turned it on at that final stage.
Yeah, Mosen looked good right at the end there as well, as Cannon McIntosh shoots around the outside of the speedway here as well. Make sure you can let him hear you when he gets up on the race car here. We are lucky enough to have the best in America in our presence here, the current USAC national champion. He's going to be heading to Tulsa, Oklahoma, shooting for his first golden driller at the Chili Bowl in just a week's time.
Imagine if they're all on the same plane.
Yeah, McIntosh pulls his way into victory lane here, and we're going to park this one over to Nick Brown down in victory lane.
Thanks, guys. Sensational stuff. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. The USAC champion, number 1, USA. 50-lap champion of Lucas Oil Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner here tonight, 50 laps. He's just getting his gear off, pulls himself out of the golden seat. Ladies and gentlemen, Cannon McIntosh! What a sensational drive. Couple of yellows. The guys threw everything at him. He still managed to pick it up, drive it away. 50 laps. Great drive from Michael Pickens into second place. Ben Morrison with the rebuilt car in third. Cannon. Oh, got to get the cap on, mate. Got to get the cap on. That was sensational, Cannon. They threw everything at you, threw the yellows in. You still managed to pick it up and hold it together. 50 laps. How did you do it?
Yeah, you know, it just takes a really good effort from this whole group with Way Motorsport. Big thanks to J.R. Russell, Two-Way, Langslow Engineering, just everyone that's on board with this program. Kaz on the wrenches this week. You know, it's been a long time since we've gotten to work together. And, you know, we're 2 for 2 this week. So, you know, we forget about our race the other day and just try to move on. And we've been really good. So I'm just thankful to come out here and have the opportunity to race. Unfortunately, we had some rainouts, but we made the most of, you know, the races we got to run. And, yeah, this car was really good. There in the middle stint, I just struggled to find pace. You know, I started to get a little free. Kaz left some adjustment for me to, if I needed to go to work, it was there. So, yeah, just started tuning on the shocks as it went on. I seen someone kind of creeping in on me there, and I knew I needed something better there. So just made some adjustments and was changing my lineup a little bit and just finally found something comfortable and consistent. So not sure how close they were there at the end, but felt like we finally put a consistent pace together all the way to the end. And yeah, just thankful for this whole group.
A lot of guys found a bit of pace out there to try to reel you in, but you managed to stay ahead all the time. How conscious were you of the other drivers around you?
Yeah, just the big thing was the restarts, you know, trying to execute really well and make sure we're leading it out of 2. And then just from there, just kind of maintain. You know, it's hard to really build a gap. The track's just really patchy, easy to make mistakes. So I think the biggest thing was just being consistent. And I think we were good at that. And, you know, in traffic, we didn't have too much traffic tonight, but, you know, got a little hairy there in 3 and 4 at one point. Car spinning in front of me. Luckily, it didn't tear anything up. Was able to keep going. But, yeah, just had to be really consistent, and that was the key to the game there. And yeah, we were able to bring it home. Got to thank the Lord above for putting me in this position, my family watching back home, and I'll see you guys soon.
Absolutely, and off to Tulsa after this one. Congratulations, the 50-lap champion at Lucas Oil Speedway, the USA #1, Cannon McIntosh.